Hello my friends, I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide, owner of McFarland Fishing, and your host right here of the rundowns, the weekly rundowns that catch you up on Lake Fork. Alright, we tell you about the bass fishing on Lake Fork, we tell you about the crappie fishing on Lake Fork, and the lake information, lake levels, conditions, etc. I do not have the board up right now because of one reason and one reason only. There's no point in me sharing with you what it was because it's changing dramatically as we speak. What do I mean? Well, it's Friday afternoon and we are getting hammered. We are flooding. And the lake was at 402.89, which is about an inch and a half below full pool. We will go over pool with this rain and this system that's coming through today, tonight, and tomorrow. Doesn't matter what the water temperatures are, they're going to change. We're getting flooded out. I can tell you that the fishing was excellent. We've been bed fishing for the last 3 weeks. Pretty much nothing but sight fishing and bed fishing. There's a few other ways that you can catch them by blind fishing for them. Occasionally get one on a chatterbait, swim jig, thing like that. But we've been specifically bed fishing for over 3 weeks now. And on a sad note, literally at 2 o'clock this afternoon, I was on a double-digit class fish with a young 17-year-old boy, and I'm downplaying it a little bit because it's a giant fish. But you know, in the water it looks giant. When they come out, they're even bigger. Almost got her to go. Finally got her worked up enough where she turned sideways a few times and was nipping at the bait. Saw some flares, and then kaboom came. What do I mean by kaboom? Lightning, thunder, and man, it's hard to leave a fish like that. It's really hard to leave a fish like that when you got her turned sideways, nosing down on your bait, and you know that in the next few minutes this is going to happen. And I held back. I said, we can't leave. We can't leave. We're about to catch this fish. We've been working her for 45 minutes at least, and then another kaboom. And by the third kaboom in 5 to 10 minutes, it was time to get off the lake. If you don't know what I'm talking about, rule of thumb: when you're anywhere fishing, if you hear kaboom, leave the room. If you hear kaboom, run for cover. Okay? Hear kaboom, leave the room. Don't be out in that lake, especially these flat lakes with all these trees. You'll become a statistic, I promise. And so what's going on right now? Pouring rain, big storm, and things are going to change. But here's the deal. I know that, number one, this is a public report, and I usually don't give you the juice and the goods because I want to bring you to my members-only channel. In the description below this video, there is a link to members only. It's real simple. Click on it, follow the procedures, and come join us. You won't believe the information you get. You get detailed exactly how I'm catching it, exactly what parts of the lake are the best, and you get information for about 6 other lakes: Bodark, Athens, Hubbard, Levant, Possum Kingdom, Lake Welsh sometimes, Tawakoni. That's 7 right there, just to mention, from 6 other guides. Okay, so if you really want some goods and information, become a private member to this channel. However, because we have the mega bass here this weekend, I am going to help you out. Anytime the water rises, fish rise. Well, listen, we've already got fish rising to spawn. There's just even going to be more rising with the rising lake. So I suggest 2 baits for you this weekend. A buzz bait. If you want to win, it's going to be a buzz bait or a frog. But who's ever fishing and committing to a buzz bait on the edges of the junk, not in the junk because the buzz bait won't roll that way, on the edges of the junk. The frog in the junk. Okay? And don't put them down. Be effective with the water. When you parallel to the bank with the buzz bait, get close and tight so you're running them down the banks. Okay? And then pockets and backwaters with the frog. One big female to rise, and you win the whole thing. If you need an under, because there will be unders that win the hour, $15,000 on the hour in the mega bass. There will be at least, I'm going to guess half. There'll be 4 overs and 4 unders. I think there's 7, maybe 7 payouts. Unders. Same waters. If you're familiar, you've been pre-fishing, where you've seen all the spawning grounds, where you've seen the bucks on beds. You're not going to see them after all this flooding. You're going to have cold temperatures in the morning, risen water, and probably gate open. It's going to be tough. But here's the deal. a fluke. This is a public rundown. I'm giving you the juice. If you just put a dark colored fluke, like literally like a V&M pork shad in Outlaws Magic, that's the money for fork. Weightless, and throw it into and skip it up in the reeds and the junk and the cattails and the pencil reeds. Got it in the junk. You will catch unders, and you may just catch a whole lot of fish. Weightless, I wouldn't throw it on anything less than 20-pound fluorocarbon line. Might use a spinning rod with this because you can really fire it in and under, skipping it, getting it. I'm talking about getting it in the junk, because the lake's going to go up. And even then, right now, there's already at the level we're at, there's a lot of that flooded cover. That's where the fish are, especially the unders. Lots of unders in the junk. If I didn't help you publicly right there, I gave you the bait, the colors. Here, on the buzz bait, black buzz bait, gold blade. Frog, your choice. White, I like a leopard frog or brown frog. Believe it or not, brown tree frog is one of my favorite colors. Just don't see it all the time. But I will tell you on your frog, if you have a little orange on the bottom, just a little bit of orange on the bottom, you'll get more bites. Public rundown. Free public rundown right here. Gave you a little bit of juice. I don't think you'll see bedfish. I really don't. So for Sunday's report, you know what? Number one, anybody fun fishing watching this report, you're not going to fish tomorrow, Saturday. I've canceled my trip Saturday. It's going to be miserable tomorrow. So this is strictly for mega bass. Can't think of anything else bass-wise that I can help you out right now other than come to the channel, come to the members-only channel. In the members-only channel, I'll give detailed areas of where you should go throw the buzzbait and where you should go throw the frog. I give you those exact areas that I've been catching the fish at for the last 3 weeks. But you have to be a member for that. Look in the description below, click on the link, it says members, come join. But I will give you a crappie report. Free crappie report from Mr. Jackie Wiggins. He smashes them. God, he works so hard. Lake Fork crappie fishing has been super up and down like the weather. Some of the days fish are up shallow, less than 5 feet of water. The next day they're gone. I'm seeing a lot of that with bedfish too. They were up one day and disappeared the other. And that's mostly some cooler nights that started our week out at the beginnings. But back to the crappie. So it's been the same with fish in the timber and the bridges and the brush piles. They're moving a lot. Fish moving in and moving out, moving in and moving out. You may find them one day and then they'll disappear the next. But here's the thing. If you just keep looking on them, you'll find them. And some days there's a good bite. Some days you got to work on it. Some days you'll load the boat real fast. Generally, the fish that are in the shallow water, the crappie you can find in the 2 foot of water, it's bobber and minnow time. They're spawning. But they're literally from 2 to 40 foot. So he is seeing them become aggressive. Some of the deeper fish, the brush pile fish stuff, he can start to actually pitch and swim the little tiny baits over them. But if you're struggling, minnows will obviously always save the day for crappie. Even the crappie are a little held back due to not the rain that we're having, but the weather we've been having. Lots of wind, and it's just, you know, you had to work. There's not a big wave throughout the whole lake that's come to spawn. It's critically important that you find the warmest parts of the lake, the warm temperature rooms, bedrooms throughout the lake that are warm. And those places that warm up first is where it's all at. So, thank you guys. Appreciate you for watching. Be safe this weekend. If you're in the mega bass, there's lots of boats. There's usually about 800, 900 boats. The lake's been fishing good, so I believe there will be that max. Again, it pays so well. I want you to be courteous to your fellow fishermen. There is nobody that owns any part of the lake. And just because you can read someone's Technis numbers or whatever doesn't mean they're too close. It's just not how it is. It's fishing. You can't bump boats, so don't go bump somebody, then you harass them. But if you got to pass them because you're bed fishing and things, you know, one guy can't just decide he's going to start throwing out to the middle and you're not allowed to pass them. They can be DQ'd for that. Again, it's better off to just get along and be kind, be respectful. Also, don't muddy up the fish with your trolling motor so someone else can't see it or catch it. Number one, that's against the law. You've now harassed not the other fishermen trying to catch it or coming in the area, the fish. And if you've done that, all I can tell you is you've got a very low soul. To muddy up a bedfish so other people can't see it or catch it, you ain't got no soul. Because you're all thinking about you, and not what you just did to the bedfish. So phooey on you if you do that kind of thing. For real. Phooey on you. But respectful. Be kind on the water. I really hate to hear some of the things that I've heard in the past in these tournaments about fishermen or even my clients that have been out there trying to, and someone says the wrong thing. Shouldn't be doing that. Smile, be kind, be happy. You're fishing. For crying out loud, you're fishing. All right? Thank you guys. I got the rods right here set up to tell my members exactly what to be doing and how to do it. Love to see you come join. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide.